Secret Kremlin poll reveals collapse in support for Putin's war. November 1, 2025. Nearly 4 years after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the conflict continues to shape every aspect of Russian life. While the Kremlin insists that public unity remains strong, new internal data suggests a very different picture behind closed doors. Growing war fatigue. A confidential survey commissioned by the Kremlin has found that a large majority of Russians are weary of the war and increasingly critical of their living conditions. The findings, shared with regional officials ahead of the 2026 elections, revealed deep exhaustion across the country. According to VOTTAC, which cited the study reported by Dialogue.ua, more than 80% of respondents said they felt tired of what Moscow still calls its special military operation. In the data presented by Alexander Karachev, head of the Presidential Directorate for Monitoring and Analysis of Social Processes, 56% of Russians described themselves as very tired, and 27% as somewhat tired. Compared with last year, those expressing deep fatigue rose by 9 points, and partial fatigue by 6. Economic strain deepens. Sociologists involved in the study noted that public sentiment has worsened since late 2024. They attributed the shift to heavy battlefield losses, inflation, falling wages, and new taxes. Russians generally assess the current situation extremely negatively, the report stated. Researchers said the number of citizens who believe their financial situation has deteriorated is now the highest since the invasion began. In October 2025, for every person reporting a slight improvement, 3 said their situation had worsened. Internal alarm in Moscow. The report was circulated for internal use to guide regional messaging ahead of next year's vote. Even within the Kremlin's own analysis, the conclusion was stark: the public is tired, impoverished, and without a clear path forward. While official rhetoric continues to emphasize national unity, the data shows that support for prolonging the war has fallen below 20%. The government, however, continues its campaign in Ukraine despite growing disillusionment at home. By Degens News, U.S., story by Catherine Fritsch, November 1, 2025.